Morning.
Saw several of you there, but how many were at the activity last night? Good, about half of you. So those that, I'm assuming those that were there, you paid to contribute. And those that weren't, if you paid to contribute, well, thank you for allowing us to have your money and not participate. But if you didn't pay, and that's why you weren't there, for those that were, did they miss out on something?
Yeah.
Okay? It is a great event. It is an event that can really help you. I mean, I'll be the first to admit it. Because of my own personal activities on creating stuff like that is pathetic. I'm relying upon the company to do it for me so I could actually show that I do a couple of things for my SOI. So it is a great event that you can piggyback on someone else doing a lot of the work for you, if not most of it. So if you haven't participated before, I strongly encourage you next time to jump on and participate with it.
Rob, we got rid of 1,500 donuts, like, boom.
And I actually saw like 10 people take them, and the rest of them.
That's one.
He was able to put those down very quickly.
We give away 3,000 pumpkins. First time
We
we've
got
had it cleaned out.
Yeah.
Like cleaned out before we had to leave. Totally crazy.
We
The best
got a
we've
little
had.
bit of help from a couple of people loading up vans full of them, but hey, you know what? It was okay.
It was good.
It was great. It was fantastic. I mean, 1,500 donuts.
Wow.
And I had two kids that, actually, I don't think they participated in that, but
Wow.
they still enjoyed that.
It
So
was a blast.
it was awesome. It was a great activity. I guarantee now you're going to be able to follow up with your SOI and ask them what they thought, and I guarantee you're going to look like a rock star for participating. So great. Victories, wins, gratitudes. Santa.
Santa.
I was really so grateful for the kids.
That was awesome.
Those kids, you couldn't. It was lived up your lid, I mean.
Yeah.
What I've noticed is those that actually believed had a wonderful attitude, and the ones that didn't had a negative demeanor about them. So I just say to everybody, believe.
Because their dreams were crushed.
He was Santa Claus last night, and he went around and all the kids, of course, wanted to see him, mine too included. And he just did a fantastic job just getting down to their level and really spending the time with each child and just letting them have that moment with Santa. He did a great job. Thank you for doing that. That was awesome. But I will have to say this. You losing weight is kind of messing with that whole Santa thing. So you gotta find a balance here.
I gotta find some
You gotta find a balance or a better pillow. One of the two. One of the two.
Yeah,
Anyway.
last year I filled it out.
I thought it was cool last night that we got to do the booths, because I guess I haven't been the last couple of years, but Jason said that was the first year that we were doing individual booths. So a few days ago, on Wednesday last week, because it was fall break, she went and hung out with a friend in the evening. I picked them up. They were making these disgusting fake skin with blood. It was really gross. If anybody saw it, so she spent
Amazing.
the entire. We were only there an hour and a half because I had Girl Scouts and I brought them all over, but
You
she
got
spent
line.
an entire hour and a half with her friend making those on kids, and we never stopped having a line of kids. So one of my clients said, well, every carnival has face painting, but not everybody has gory
eyes. Exactly.
fake
So
skin,
good.
but
Especially
anyway,
Directed by children.
yes, and it was. I really appreciated that we had that opportunity, because it just gave her something that she really enjoyed doing, and she said it was really fun, like all the kids coming up and wanting to do them. So
She did an amazing job.
Yeah, it's
if anybody saw them, they were really disgusting.
When those kids would come up to you, and the first thing they would say is, "Look at this, Santa!" And of course,
do you need some help? Get to the doctor?
Get to the doctor! And then all these kids are showing up. Oh, look!
No, it's morphed into something pretty special, because it started off 2 or 3 years ago. 1 or 2 agents asked if they could have their own little thing, and what was happening, of course, they were doing it for their clients, And when you have that many people show up, for you to be able to say, sorry, you can't come and have a piece of candy because it was for my clients,
Oh, yeah.
it was, it morphed into something
Amazing.
kind of challenging. So this year, we knew people wanted to still do it, and actually a lot of people were proactively asking if it was possible. We just said, absolutely, just make sure that whatever you bring, it's going to be brought for everyone. To be able to control that, it's chaos, and it doesn't look good for you or us or anything. So we had a great turnout. I mean, we had tents all around the area that we were there, and we had a magic show that people brought on, and popcorn was a hit, of course. So it was
Rob, and I
fantastic.
can say that in all the years of doing this at 2 different companies, that was the quickest cleanup I've ever seen. Never had it that quickly, and I think it's due to all the agents leveraging in, so thank you.
Yeah, it was
It's
awesome.
amazing.
It was awesome. Okay, we're moving quickly on time. So a couple things that I just wanted to target, because if you didn't get anything from the event last night, or if your head is in the sand and you're buried, we're in the holiday season. Just if you didn't know that. And usually during the holiday season, some agents, well, they actually take the entire year off, but definitely during the holiday season, they even ramp that up a notch, okay? So we're going to try to, and the problem with that is not only during the holiday season you are not working, but if you haven't figured out by now, this business takes a little time for the work that we're doing today. There can be a 30, 60, 90-day window of the fruits of today's work. So if we are not working today, not only we're not getting paid today, but we're not going to get paid until 30, 60, 90 days down the road. So if we're not working right now during the holidays, the first part of the quarter is going to be brutal. Okay? All the fat turkey that you ate, and you get the credit card bill 60 days or 30 days later, you can't pay for it if you're not working. Okay? So I did some quick numbers. Roughly, we've got about 71 days in the year left. Okay? Now, I'm a realtor. I know that there is absolutely no chance of 71 days of working. Okay? So the way that I've done my math,
22.
20. Okay, you are a superstar realtor. I'm just a realtor. Okay, I haven't reached your level yet. I have a little bit more work that I had to get done. So the way that I've come up with it, I figure there's about 40 working days. That's basically days of the week, not including Saturdays. There are 10 Saturdays that are left. Okay? But about 40 working days. That's taking in consideration that the 31st, there'll be a couple people coming in here, but you're probably not going to be working. Let's be honest. And if you do, hey, I hope this is the number that you strive for. Fantastic. Love it. But the 40, 31st is probably not included. The Thursday, Friday for Thanksgiving, probably not included. I went to the 20th of December because that's a Friday. So that following Monday, I think, is the 23rd, and I don't see a lot of work happening the last week of Christmas. So if that is, in fact, 40 days, working days that are there, okay? If we're doing 30 contacts in that 40-day window, check me if my math is wrong, I'm going off of memory, that's about 1,200 contacts. Okay? Let's start here. 40 working days among 71. Pretty doable?
Yeah.
Okay? I think it's very doable. That's not including the other 10 Saturdays. Okay? You can even substitute one of the 2 days here or there. Or even really go off the limb and maybe work one of those including the 40, but whatever. 30 contacts a day. Now I know we're pushing the envelope here. 30 contacts that we reach. Talk to 30 people. 1,200 contacts. Okay. And I think I was pretty conservative in 30 contacts a day, all I put with that number is one appointment. That you set one appointment. So again, that is the 40 appointments that are set. Is that pretty conservative? Is that fair?
Yep.
I mean, if you're doing this regularly, 30 contacts should probably generate 2 appointments a day. So 80 appointments is pretty fair. Now, even though this is, for me, I was thinking a listing appointment in mind, but I'm fine if you're contacting buyers and have nothing to do with it. It's just for this message, it makes it a little bit easier to at least do the math when we're thinking of listings. But I don't care if it's a buyer, I don't care if it's a seller. It makes no difference to me. 40 appointments, okay? I was extremely, Curtis, I came down to your level at this point. And I think I went,
20%.
that's exactly what the number I was going for, I think.
Jeez, Rob.
Yeah. What was that?
I think you hold grudges.
It's really cheap. Oh, sorry, I skipped one step. Attended. I said you're going to at least attend 70%. Is that too high?
Yeah.
For you? Okay. All right. Well, I was going 70%, so you're going to at least attend 28 of the appointments. Maybe that's a little high. Okay? But this is where I went very conservative. That's where I got the 20% of it. If of the 28, you took 20%, that means you took, in essence, 5.6. So we'll just round that up to 6 listings. Okay? Now, the one thing that we do know, if we're taking the listing, even though the market is shifting and it is taking it's a little bit harder for us to sell them. The majority of our listings are selling. So that number, I think you should be able to be pretty high. And let's, with a raise of hand, well, maybe you don't want to raise your hand, but those of you that have taken listings, are the majority of the time those are selling.
Yeah.
I mean, very, very few are they either expiring or you're having to give back. I would say the majority of the time, our listings are selling. They may take time, we may have to prepare a seller till we get through those, but if we're taking the listings, in general, we're going to make money off of it. Okay, so even if we got just the number down to basically 4, is not, that would have been a great local math. You're going to sell 4 of those 6. I think it's pretty conservative, but basically about 65 to 70% of those that you're going to sell. And a conservative number on the commission is a $6,000 commission. I think the company right now is closer to 8.
Yeah.
But as a $6,000 commission, what is it, 24?
Yeah, 64, Rob.
I know. Yes.
Not 24.
One more zero.
There you go.
$24,000. I know some of you have big Christmas plans, and that may not be enough to cover what you guys are going to be doing. But it's at least a good start to move in the right direction. Very conservative numbers that can move you forward in what's happening. When we start thinking of this in the way of, or when we don't think of this, all of a sudden the time goes by, we lose traction of where we are, and that simple opportunity is missed. But when we start thinking about it today, of what I can do today to move forward with this, this is a great strategy. Lindsay was one who brought this up. In fact, we're going to be, is it not this Friday, but next Friday?
Yeah.
Next Friday, we're going to be having here is a dream board creating party process, whatever. You're going to be able to, we're going to have a bunch of magazines, everything here to be able to put your dream boards together. And the intent of it is not only to be working. So, oh, sorry, that's a Friday that we have to substitute one of those days over here. So I didn't factor that one in. 39, so you have to take it away.
Does it take all day?
Some of you, hey, some of you guys have some incredible dreams. Okay, I don't know.
10 pictures.
You never get one big, huge thing. I don't know. I'm trying to be very optimistic here. See, that's the whole point. But the point being is everything that we are doing, those dreams will help you move forward with what you're trying to accomplish. This may not seem like a pretty big number, but that's basically turning into
Well,
a
that's,
6-figure when you're going all year long.
that's 2 months of work.
I-
So if you times that by 6,
That's why I'm saying. I said just the mere fact that that's a 6-figure income over the year. So when we look at this,
more than that.
It's more than.
John,
Very judgmental.
come on in here, John. Come here. Come here.
It's not a 7-figure, but it's not just barely over the 6 figures.
I basically just said in a quarter. I basically was saying roughly 25,000 a quarter.
Would you please write down $144,000?
I can do that. Just
Underline it twice.
Right.
my heavens.
That's
okay. Hey,
analytical today.
You know what? I'm definitely kind of the detail analytical, so I can get it. Get your numbers right. That's basically what he's saying.
I mean, I'm with you.
2 months worth of
Feels
work,
good.
making $24,000, in addition to what you've already been working on. Okay? This is a big deal. If you do not focus during this time, you really are going to be taking 4 to 5 months off.
That's it.
I hope everyone got that. If you do not work during this time of the year, it is as if you're going to be taking 4 to 5 months off.
Rob, it's right here is so critical in what you're saying. It's where we see agents really destroying their businesses from right now to the end of the year. I hope that really resonates with people, because right now is when you really need to focus down, look on a strong finish and a great start. Your mind has to be looking at very intently on what you're doing.
Well, some people that are trying to get started in the business, because of this period of time, they never are able to sustain that time period. And then beginning of next year, they may have to get out of the business of something that they're trying to work through.
Yeah.
It's because during this time, we want to have fun, we want to enjoy things that are around us. I'm saying you still can do that.
Right here, Rob, is where my business excelled every year, because I showed up and worked. Where so many took time off, man, I was there because other people weren't working and my business elevated.
Absolutely. Because other people are not working, that means that there's more
Yes.
opportunities out for those that are.
Absolutely.
And remember, the people that are buying and selling right now, they are more serious than everyone else.
Yeah.
So when the seller is telling you, oh, you know what, I'd rather just wait till spring. That is the common answer, right? In the spring, is everyone else saying that as well?
Yes.
Every other seller wants to wait till the spring. So the inventory increases, the competition increases. So if they list their home now, the buyers that are looking, are they serious?
Yes.
Absolutely. They're not wanting to go out during the holiday break just to go look at homes because they have nothing else to do. If they're doing it, it's because that's exactly what they need to get done before the holidays.
High desire, high need.
There's more abundance and opportunity in this marketplace than any of us can give credit for.
That's it.
I did a little hike to a scenic view the other day, and it reminded me of doing the Mount Olympus hike that we did years ago. Sitting on top of Mount Olympus, looking at the valley, sitting up there being like, I can't get 30 a year in this place? Are you kidding me? There's so much opportunity. There's so many people that need good quality help and advanced fitness.
Love that.
We should be able to break it down to, and what my coach tells me, I need to break it down to a super simple number, otherwise I check out. Win 2 days a week. All you gotta do,
What, 2 days a week?
win
Win.
2 days a week. You set one
Win
appointment
2
a day, right? That's 5 appointments a week. All you gotta do is take 2 of those. All you gotta do is win 2 days a week, and you're gonna be a superstar.
Great. That's awesome.
It's awesome.
if you're struggling, period, but definitely during this time, if you're struggling, you guys need to get someone to hold accountability with. Remember, accountability is freedom, because by having that accountability, it helps you achieve what you want to achieve. If you truly want to achieve what's going to take all day on next Friday to live those goals, those dreams, if you truly want to achieve that, then putting forth the effort and work to make it happen should not be that difficult. But oftentimes we lose sight of that. We forget the reason why we want to achieve what we want to achieve, hence the reason for these vision boards, to remind us. But those people that are there for accountability are also there to remind us when we lose sight of it, so that we don't fall into the days that we don't work. I highly encourage you, think about this. I try to break it down this way so it's, when we're thinking, I still got 2.5, 3 months left, whatever it is, that when we work, we decide to work. And then when we play, we decide to play. Live that. Work when you're at work, play when you're at play. And then I guarantee not only you'll have a fantastic end of the year, but the beginning of next year will be spectacular. Any thoughts?
Love it.
Now you're quiet, Kimbra. You weren't even on the back row when you were just gabbing away.
Chris is talking to me. What's wrong?
I never saw it. I just saw you talking to yourself.
Well, I would just echo is what you do in fourth quarter prepares you for the first of the year. So
Yeah,
if you're
absolutely.
taking your foot off the gas pedal now, you will not start your year off strong.
Because what will happen is it usually takes you the first couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, to even just starting to go again in January now that the holidays are past. So easily that first January's done before you start doing anything.
Then you're behind. So.
And you're behind.
Well, and I will also echo that it took me a couple of years, but every year I would change my activities in October. So for me, that meant from going from doors to going to phones. And because I hadn't been refining phones, I would then struggle for several months. And this last October, I just stuck through the doors, and it was the first year in 3 years that I had closings in January, February, March, April. I don't know what I was doing. I must have just been really focused on it because I had no closings all summer. But I do see, as you go along, and sometimes it just takes you time to figure this out. As you go along, you see where your business has holes and gaps and where it needs to be refined. And so then I've learned from that, and I'm just gonna keep plowing through again this year, like I did last year, because it doesn't feel very good not to have any money the second you wake up on the 1st of January. So
Most agents this business ends up being cyclical. And I don't know about you, but if whatever the year-end number, let's just say is $100,000, the year-end number is what you were, if you were to achieve that number, that would be a goal that you'd be great to set. I don't know about you, I'm not trying to take any of the year off, but if I were to achieve 50 of that 100 in the first 3 months, I'd feel like my year's off to a pretty good start. If I didn't have any of that 100 until June, the June I finally get something, I'd be a little discouraged. So kicking off the year right, where you've already got yourself moving in a great pace to achieve your goal, whatever that goal is, it's an incredible motivator to continue forward. Okay?
On that note of motivation, I'd just like to point out that George is a keynote speaker tomorrow at the NARA Business Rally, and there's 4 speakers, and it's all about finishing strong and staying motivated.
Awesome. Okay.
So come to that.
Any other thoughts? All right. Let's go ahead and move forward.
You do not have to speak Spanish.
You don't have to speak.
George isn't going to do it.
He's